So the first thing is scrape all the big leaves. If you see doodle bugs, you want to leave this in the sun for about a week so they go away from the soil. They're going to eat your little seeds. Now you could plant lettuce in here if you keep going. If you scrape away all the big stuff. But this is probably still too big for lettuce. So I'll show you how to deal with that. Once you get all the big stuff pulled away, put some boards down, maybe pull out some more leaves. And then the boards, we're going to sprinkle some finer soil in here. And then we're going to put our seeds in that. And then the finer soil might land on here and you can flip it over real easily to go in here. So this is the same technique as my previous video for starting seedlings. Shake that. Now, look at all that fine soil you have. You can plant in this. Any extras goes right in. And then you could pile it up to the edge of the board. And when you water the board, not the soil. You can water up high and it will splash into the seeds. And every week before the seeds sprout, you lift up the board and check for doodle bugs, squish them all. Eventually you will actually get all of them. It seems like they're an endless supply, but they're not. It's the same ones over and over eating your little plants. I usually use fence pickets, but I ran out. I like fence pickets because you can get them in any neighborhood where they're on the curb. Look at that fine soil. So now it's all the way to the top. Look at that. Perfect for planting seeds. Over here, let me show you. I have some 3-week-old ones. These I used smaller boards, but they grow quite nicely. And I water on here and it percolates down. I don't usually want to pick them up and check for doodle bugs after they're grown because the roots may have grown into the boards. But you just water on here and it stays nice and moist underneath as a reservoir to keep these watered. And then after about 4 weeks, you get lots of lettuce, or whatever you planted, of course. And you can even fill in some gaps that didn't grow, get some succession gardening going. That's how I do lettuce seeds. Works every time. I already planted the seeds. You can also poke a lot of holes in a milk jug. Here I only have one hole, but you have lots of holes. You just go down the row, sprinkle it all on them. And if you want to get really good, actually this is part of the success rate I have. Cover this with see-through plastic, like plexiglass, glass, or heck, you could even use a trash bag, kind of a white one with bricks on the ends to keep it down. That keeps a really moist environment so the seeds don't dry out. As soon as you see the little leaves sprout, you take that off because you don't want the heat to build up and kill those little leaves. But be sure to let this soak in. Give it some on the sides so that it has a reserve. And the edges aren't just drying out this, sucking out the moisture. And it looks like my soil is a little hydrophobic right now. So I'll just keep it moist till that soil starts to really absorb in the moisture. And I'll put some plastic over it now. There. You do not need to use windows. It's just what I had. I've used them before for potatoes in the winter time, so they get a jump start. These won't blow away, but usually transparent trash bags, like the large ones, or some plastic, greenhouse plastic or something like that.